can't think of Tenancingo without thinking of certain names. I can't help but think about Azucena, who was found in an open-air compound, abandoned there, and had literally lost her mind. I evaluated her. She did not know where she was, what day it was, or anything, and had been raped while she was there, rescued from there, got the help she needed, and she is a vital member of the church in Tenancingo, and raising her daughter there that was conceived in that compound, Judith and Manuel, who I met in great pain probably 10 years ago or so, and profound reconciliation that has come to their lives and to their marriage, and they are involved in a marriage ministry. When I think of Tenancingo, I think of these particular names, and on their behalf, I thank you, and those that are yet to come, I thank you.
And one afternoon or evening that the mother was not home,
El hombre abusó de la niña.
he raped her.
Tiene 9 años.
She's 9 years old.
Mandamos traer a la mamá y platicamos.
We brought the mother to the school and we talked to her,
Y la mamá no le creyó a la niña.
but she didn't believe the girl. And all of us felt the pain of this little girl who had been raped and now abandoned in her pain. And I think that little girl kind of represents this region. And every week she is counseling with women who have been abused, who have been battered. And that's really part of the City of Refuge. The Agua Bendita project is part of the City of Refuge. One of our leaders explained the other day that in his own neighborhood, his neighbors have been involved in so much violence. And he's become the alderman there. And that's really an effort of the City of Refuge. We want to see justice brought. We want to see laws changed. And this region transformed. And that's really the heart of the City of Refuge. But it's just an extension of Comunidad Cristiana, the church, this church planting center, and of our heart to see people restored to shalom, to wholeness in Jesus. Goyo and Pilar shared their story with us. She said that 10 years before we arrived in Mexico, she had been praying that God would send somebody to preach the gospel in Tenancingo. She had listened to a program on TV, Hope for Living, and they announced a little booklet that had Bible verses in it. That booklet changed her life. And she began to pray that God would lead her to Christians. She looked all over Tenancingo for somebody that taught the Bible like the booklet taught the Bible. And she couldn't find anybody. She couldn't find any Christians. She couldn't find anybody teaching the Bible. Tenancingo is a city of over 100,000 people. And most of the people for the last 400 years, when they've had problems, have trusted in witchcraft and ancient Aztec rituals to get them through the struggles they're in.
But I come from a small town, and there is a group of men in our church that came from that small town. And I remember now going on a mission trip, just visiting Mexico and walking in the streets and seeing all those little kids coming from playing soccer and then looking at their faces and then in the corner, 13-year-olds drinking or smoking, and we remember ourselves. And we ask one question to each other. How our lives could have been different if at that age, we knew the gospel. There's many people who are born to be athletes, singers, or professionals in any other field. Chris was born to be a missionary. I believe Chris not only has the gifts, experience, and abilities, but his heart is what transfers others to see what people cannot see when it comes to missions.
Now, we look out at the region, and with the support of this strong church in Tenancingo, as it gives us and other church planters backing, we look out at 70 towns that still haven't heard the gospel. And when we return to Mexico, we want to lead this church planting team into these 70 towns to plant churches just like we've seen planted in Tenancingo.